Morning chores on Peterson Ranch. It has been raining like crazy out here, and the mosquitoes and biting flies are on a maniacal level. They are awful. Humidity is about 100%. How warm do you think it is? Probably 70?
It was 70 at 9 o'clock this morning.
70 at 9 o'clock this morning, she says. It's like 10 now.
Higher than that now.
We are a little late for our morning chores. We have the cows up in the front field today, just trying to get down some of this grass. I wish I had a hay baler, because I would go cut that whole field and bale it, but right now I'm probably just going to end up out there. Right now it's so wet out there, if you drove a tractor or truck out there, you'd just sink in the mud. But as soon as it dries out enough for me to do that, I will get out there and mow that. You cut the grass down, because right now it's all at seed, so you cut the grass down to keep the grass at its prime growth level, so that it'll grow more and the cows will eat it. But anyhow, you can see it is wet. The field is a swamp right now. This morning, the silkies and Easter eggers are getting a treat. Worms. It's just our favorite.
Let's go! Ready? Get down. Coming down.
Disgusting little things.
Hey, where are you going?
They haven't had worms in a while, so now they're like, oh, it's scary. And somebody eats it, and then they're like, oh, it's yummy.
Oh, look at him go.
Nom, 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 nom. The silkies just stand in the food, you know.
The Easter eggers will get in there too. There it goes. Easter egg in the food. Hey, little one. Hello.
Silkies and 4 Easter eggs in there. What are there? 10 in there, right?
10 silkies and 4 Easter eggs.
10 silkies and 4 Easter eggs in there. That's our graduation pin, where they graduate and eventually go in with the big chickens. Breakfast at the cows.
Num nums.
Okay. Mainly there's plenty of food out here. That's just some alfalfa pellets we gave them, and principally I just want them to keep wanting to come to see me. It's the only reason we feed them. There's not very much in that. I mean, it's 1 coffee can for 6 cows. Obviously it's not quenching any thirst except for the snack, or quenching any hunger, you know. But you can see it rained last night like crazy. We've got a mud pit going on back here. The field over there is flooding. I need to contact our town because there's no... The whole town basically drains down this ditch, ends up at that corner, and doesn't go anywhere except for kind of like flood the fields out here. So at some point I need to find out where that's supposed to be draining. But unfortunately I live in a tiny small town, so I'm sure they're not going to do anything about it. But if there's supposed to be a ditch out there, I might have to dig a ditch out to where it's supposed to go. Might have to rent a piece of equipment to do that. But there's Hermes. This one closest is Bambi. The short one in the back over there is Baby. Red one's Steak. Black one's Gabby. And then in the back's Ferdinand. We have two bulls. You coming to see me? You want Boop? Boop? I missed my booping opportunity.
You missed your booping opportunity? You can go. Come on, you can go. Boop. Okay. Alright, no, this is.
You walked out here in the field, and of course you end up with help. She's so helpful. Swamp here. Cow patties. Walk through them, it's good for you.
Look at, they have been busy out here.
Yeah, they've been mowing it down pretty good. That's why we put them out here. This was all almost waist deep out here, and they've got it cut down pretty good. But got that kosher weed, a little bit of crabgrass, and a bunch of other crap out here.
Bermuda grass in here.
Yeah, there's a mix of crap in here. It's not, there's no real good grass in here, but the more we mow it, the better it gets. Yeah, the dust bath turned into a bath.
You know they're gonna plant, right?
Yeah, they will. There's probably worms in there. And she's going to put food in their dishes. We have 4 different dishes. It's not because, you know, you couldn't fit it all in one. You just want to spread it out so they don't fight over it. We're probably going to have to get a few more. And I'm probably going to buy another one of these coverings or build another one. Whichever comes first, because we got 33 more chickens in the house. I'm going to have to build another chicken box, another laying box. While a lot of these chickens out here aren't laying yet, we will obviously at some point need a lot more laying boxes. But here's the chickens. I don't even know all the breeds we have. We have a whole bunch of different ones. See, there's silkies out there. We have a few roosters, which we have too many roosters. At some point here, we're going to have to butcher silky roosters. I would prefer just to have all female silkies, but you get roosters and it gets expensive just to feed them as pets, so they get butchered. I might end up taking them down to the auction. Maybe somebody will want them for 4-H or something. But anyhow, we will keep a couple of them. She has some favorites. And most of these chickens will actually come up to her to be picked up and are super friendly. If you're watching this channel for the first time, please like and subscribe. Obviously, I'd like to build up my viewership on the channel. I am being bitten by biting flies. And well, I was saying, please like and subscribe. We'll have more videos to come, and the more of you that like and subscribe, the more it motivates me to make more of these videos. Got the cow following us. She is the herd lead, so the rest of them will follow her out. Being such small quarters, might not matter so much right now. And
You guys have any butt nuggets?
we're gonna go check for some butt nuggets.
Why are we eating my eggs? Yeah. Hi. Yes. You didn't eat that one. You ate entirely another one. Hello? You're okay? Well, come on up here. Yeah, you're okay. Here you go. Do you need to nest? Do you need some privacy? Do you want some privacy? Hello. Okay, give her privacy.
Well, anyhow, that's our morning chores abridged. Obviously, cut it down. But today it's pretty easy. All we had to do is come out and feed all these chickens. I will go inside and show you. Sorry? Yeah. Well, it's easy right now because the ground's wet, so let's just pour it out. Come over here, step on that. But we're pretty sure that one's a miniature because that one's the same age as wherever she went. Yeah, you can see, I can see you both in it now. She is tiny. And that one there that just came out of the barn is the same age. And then this cow is the same age as that other cow, and you can see how much bigger it is comparatively to Amanda. It's the same age as the one over there. That's why we think she's a mini. And what are they? They're almost a year, aren't they?
They're over a year.
They're over a year, yeah.
They're like, they're 15 months this month?
15 months, yeah. So
15, and then Gabby, our black Angus, is 13. Hermes, our Hereford, is now a year old. And Ferdinand that just walked in the barn here, he's 10 months. And then Six, like 13, 14 months.
they like to hide in here in the barn. They really seem to enjoy the barn.
They probably enjoyed it last night after it was all
Yeah, it rained really heavy last night, so they were probably all enjoying it. And then last but not least, to check on the babies. We have 33 in here. We did lose one, failure to thrive. And that just means whatever genetic reason didn't make it past its first meal. When chicks come from the hatchery, they have never eaten or drink anything before until they get to your house. And they have their egg yolk in their stomach that they survive on for the first few days. And their internal digestive tract and all that stuff really isn't tested until they eat for the first time. And so if something's wrong with them, you often don't know until they eat their first meal. And that's why when they die at 3 days old, it's called failure to thrive. It's unfortunate, but every animal on the farm comes to the farm, lives on the farm, and dies on the farm. So Some of them less fortunate when they're little, when they die that way. Of course, we don't want a chick to die like that, but we do everything we can. We've got the heat lamp there, which of course just this moment is tipped on over so we can interact with them. And we get all of our chickens from Cackle Hatchery. That was the first failure to thrive we've ever had out of all those chickens that we've gotten. We did have one silky baby that did not make it. And we also had one of our big white chickens that, if you watched some of our older videos, you'd see broke his leg as a very young chick. And I think that was kind of learning curve. I mean, it could have just randomly happened no matter what, but I think our incubator got a little bit, fucking biting flies. I think we got a little bit overcrowded, and they jumped on that other chicken and hurt it. And we tried to let it just survive with, you know, a broken leg, but at a certain point it got so bad we had to euthanize that chicken. But I don't want an animal just to suffer. But yeah, we've been pretty lucky as far as that. We have lost 5 chickens, adult chickens, outside to predators. But as far as health issues, we lost 6 chickens to predators. But as far as dying from health issues or mismanagement or anything else like that, we've been fairly lucky. And we're new to chickens, so if we're doing something wrong or haven't done something perfectly right, it's a learning curve. And every time we have a failure, we improve the situation. We do have a second tote that can be brought inside and used as a second incubator if they get overcrowded in here. But now that we have got a routine going, we know that the strongest of this group eventually will go out into that pen outside when they start to fully feather and start to look better. And the ones that are out there, the silkies and the Easter eggers, will go out with the adults. And then these ones, as they get large enough, once they're fully feathered, I look for the make sure there's no bald spots on their skin so they can handle the outside temperatures. Because as the fuzz goes away and the feathers grow in, there's a period where they just kind of look like ratty teenagers. So they in my opinion, shouldn't go out looking like that. Now, if you have sea monsters or Cornish crosses, that's a little different because they never fully feather and they grow super fast. But these are laying hens, and I'm pretty sure all of these are females. They're supposed to be, but it's like, what do they say, 80 or 90%?
So there's like 90% chance for all the chickens here except for the Morans. Morans are a breed that I guess are hard to sex, and they drop that down to about 75%, according to that paper.
Okay.
So the surplus Morans that we got, and
so these are Morans, and there's 5 or 6 leghorns in here.
There's 5 leghorns.
And then we just got a mixed variety of
rainbow.
They call it a rainbow laying, but what they tried to do is give you a mix of chickens that will lay different color of eggs. So we have 15 of those, I believe. And they always give you a few extra. That's why we have 33 in here. Though we got 34 and the one didn't make it, so now we have 33, but we only paid for 30. And so Happy Cackle always gives you a few extra, and it's just for that reason, because failure to thrive on average is around 5%, from everything that I've read, from healthy chicks. And it's just because life is the way it is. Not every baby human makes it to... Well, don't drop them.
I didn't get jumped. Come here. Are you okay?
Yeah, he's fine. We are tough little buggers. But he's got his little beard going on.
I know. They're so cute. That's why I want to see you.
They are tough. You saw, like, she dropped it, but she dropped it from about 1.5 feet, 2 feet off the ground. It's not gonna hurt them. They bounce back just fine. And drop is a relative term, like you said.
It jumped out of my hand.
It jumped.
It tried to fly, and it can't fly yet.
But they're starting to huddle in the corner, so I'm going to stop and put the heat lamp back on. That activity means they're getting cold, and we don't want cold chicks. So you put the heat lamp, but now of course they're startled. But you put the heat lamp back on, and they'll all start standing under the heat lamp. But at first, that's where I leave the heat lamp. It's right up against the mesh. As they get a little bit older, I raise it up so it's not right there, to allow it to get a little cooler in there. And if you build up directly under the light, you make sure there's a decent amount of bedding pack, and make sure that the water isn't too close to where the heat is. That way the bedding pack doesn't get wet. That's something important to keep track of on the first week especially, because that's what's going to keep them alive is the heat lamp. And they're all huddled in a ball right now, which is a sign that they're cold. But that's just because we had the heat lamp off of them for this video. So about 5 minutes, they'll start getting cold. You put the heat lamp back on. If I come back in here in about 20 minutes, they'll all be spread out again. Or they'll all be asleep. They let baby chicks like to sleep. And they're on the edge of narcoleptic. They'll just walk along and power off wherever they're at. But yes. Anyhow, I'm going to end this video here. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Please like and subscribe. Hit that little button at the bottom. And thank you for watching Peterson Ranch Life.